Hello, it's me. I'm back. I'm doing another tutorial thing again. It's going to be a sampling tutorial, how to get samples, how to work with samples, possibly making a track of samples at the end of this video. It's going to be a video about Splice.com basically, and some of the services that they have for downloading samples. But first of all, they have a whole free plugins section, and you can find Piano 1 in it, and all these other plugins. But I know you guys are having a hard time downloading or finding Piano 1 from my last tutorial. So if you guys want to have that, here it is. So there's a whole community section to Splice as well. It's just one of those websites that's kind of just good for most producers. I think most producers can find some sort of use for it. In the community section, you can find people to collab with or just listen to other people's tracks, kind of like a SoundCloud-esque looking thing. But yeah, it's like it has a sort of Splice client that you can download, and it works kind of like a Dropbox type of system where, I don't know, you just work with other people very easily, and you can share samples very easily. In this case, you can also download popular artists' projects and stems from their actual tracks. So in this case, like Tiesto and these sort of people, they mostly just use FL Studio or Ableton. And you can also enter remix contests, which is pretty cool. So it's kind of like all-in-one kind of website. But the main thing I'm going to show you is the sound section, and where you can download samples, and synth presets is the new feature that they're just releasing now. So we'll look into that after. But basically, the main thing I'm going to do is just go through some of the samples and see if I can make something out of it. Possibly, hopefully, it'll work this time. I have tried this before. I just keep having audio issues or whatever. So yeah, I thought this time I could change it and do a drum and bass, because last time I tried like a house thing and it didn't work out. So the thing that makes it really nice is the fact that you can go into sample packs and download individual samples instead of having to buy the whole thing. And that's what just makes it really, really good. You can preview all the samples as much as you want, and if you find that one that you like, you can put your money into that specific sample. So you can make a whole track through going through like 20 different sample packs if you want, or hundreds of different sample packs, but only downloading the exact sound that you want from that pack instead of having to download everything. So I know me personally, I downloaded I bought a ambient sample pack that I could show you, and it was like 20-30 bucks, and it was really nice. It was a really good ambient sample pack, but I only ended up using maybe 20% of the samples, and the other ones just kind of didn't get used because they just weren't that good, or I just didn't like them. But all of my money went into 100% of the sounds, despite the fact that I'm only going to use 20%. Now, how much better would it have been had I been able to just spend 20% of how much I did spend on the 20% I was actually going to use. So in this case, Splice just sort of makes that possible, where you can just download and put your money into exactly what you actually want to put your money into. So let's say we do like this sample, for instance, and we want to purchase it. So the way it works is Splice uses a subscription-based in-store credit system that, from what I can tell, is really affordable compared to having to buy entire sample packs. So every sample should be 1 credit. As you can see, I've already used it quite a few times. And so let's say we just wanted to spend... Actually, I don't mind this, so let's just get it. So you spend 1 credit and it'll start downloading. The client is already opened here, so we could probably go get that. But so it just starts downloading on the client, and then once we go into FL Studio, we can open that up, and it should be right there. And then you can just click and drag it onto FL Studio, and you're done. Now let's say we didn't actually want to buy it. We just want to save it for later. We can either like it or save it to our repacks. So right here you can have repacks, which is basically like a favorites sort of section where you can just save all the samples that you like, maybe that you want to buy later or that you've already bought, and you can share your repacks with other people in the community. So in this case, I can click and drag onto my chemistry repack that I've already made, and it should be there. And I have a bunch of other stuff there as well. So yeah, it's right here. I'll probably just go through the sample pack, or the preset pack thing now, and then after that I'll just start making a little track with it, see if that's even possible. I think it is. So let's just see here. Presets. Basically the exact same concept. Instead of having to buy preset packs, you just buy the presets that you want, and it allows you to browse through every single one of them. So again, really, really useful. These must be sort of MIDI preview type things. I think once you download it, you can just open it up and play whatever you want with these sounds. But what you're really looking at is the quality of the sound and not so much what it's playing, because it's not like a sample. Like, you'll actually be able to use the sound however you want, on silent in this case. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Like, I might use this too. You know what I mean? Like, I've been using the sample pack thing, and honestly, like, it's just been really nice. So you can sort everything out by its tag. So for instance, if we're looking for drum bass breaks, then you can click on the little breaks here, and it'll give you all the samples that are under breaks within that sample pack. So listen to some of them. So yeah, so it helps you like find exactly what you're looking for. In this case, these two right here we could probably use, just because one of them is without the hi-hat thing, and then the other one has like the rides or whatever that's in there. So it helps give kind of like a progression if we end up doing that. So I'll just take both of them. And yeah, I actually do kind of like them, so we can just use that as like our main drums. But we could also edit the loop, try to find a kick instead of the kick that's used in that loop, just to kind of, I don't know, make it more unique. So go through some of these. If we don't like the kicks from this sample pack, or it's just not giving us what what we're looking for, we can also go into another drum and bass sample pack and try to find a different kick, or just any sample pack. It doesn't even have to be drum and bass, it could be a dubstep or whatever, hip hop. I don't know if this one would go really. I don't know if it'd go well with what we've just downloaded. So let's see. We'll just drag those on. So we'll time it to 172 just to make it easy. All right, so I'll just quickly just sort of cut this. I don't want to make this video too long because I feel like it will sort of be a longer tutorial if I end up using all these samples and making it like half decent, because I do like to change samples up a lot. But I'll go as quick as I can. I'll probably edit out a lot of stuff too. I do this the long way. We can also change up the rhythm if we want to. See if we can find a kick that goes good with it. What I've been doing actually is I would preview the kick on the website whilst whatever I'm doing is playing on FL Studio, and see if it sounds good before I do anything. So we'll just place that wherever the kick went. We'll try to find some sort of musical aspect for the loop here that we're making. And so we'll try to go for a bass sound. I should probably switch sample packs. I'm kind of using the same one, but I find this one to be really good. Yeah, they're really hardcore. I think they're a little bit too intense for what we're doing. Alright, I found something a little bit softer in F. So it's the key of F and 172 BPM. So we'll just take that. What's nice about having a separate kick, especially when you're using these loops, having the kick separate makes it that we can sidechain it. Or sidechain things to the kick. So as you can see, there's sort of an empty bit here. I think what you're meant to do is have a kind of a transitional thing with the drums, maybe a different sound that kind of comes up, and then we can maybe use some of these sounds here. Actually, wait, no, the snares will probably interact too much, a little bit too much conflict probably. But what you can do is take a certain sample that you like. There's a lot of high-end stuff going on here. Like sometimes you can sort of just EQ out all the kick frequencies or the snare frequencies, like just the low end and mid end. Usually you want to keep some of the mid though, and you can like turn that down and just layer it over whatever you have. But I feel like it'll sound too similar to because it's the exact same sample, it just has more like hi-hat stuff going on, rides and stuff. So we'll just see what that sounds like. I think it does sort of sound like it's phasing a little bit, like, because it's kind of the same sounds playing over each other. But honestly, like, it doesn't sound too bad. So we'll just leave it like that as sort of a form of progression. Add more hi-hats. So what we have to do now is we have to find other sounds that are in F. So other leads or basses or whatever that is in the key of F. If it's not, we'll have to pitch it. But it just sounds like it's pretty much hitting the same note. It's not really changing. It's not really like a chord progression or bass line yet. So you can probably find anything in the key of F. We'll just keep the same sample pack. But what's nice about Splice is, like, if we wanted to, we could easily just go to some other pack. We could try the ambient thing, add some ambience to it, and just find something that's in the key of F. So another great thing, we can use the whole key section, and anything that's in the key of F will show up, and makes it really, really quick and easy to find the exact sample that you're looking for. So we're just trying to find something that will go well with what we have in context, to this sort of bass thing. There's already like a little synth in there, so I don't know. We might be okay with that. for now. Just having a little bit of ambience might be nice, and like a build up. We just might have to time it because I know it's at 140 right now, but I think it sounded fine. So we'll take that. And I was also thinking this kind of sounds good too, so we'll just take that just in case. Here, this sample's at 140. It's already timed. So, which means it should already be at 172, since it's already timed at 140 and we're at 172 right now. So I think it already did all that work for us. We just have to change the I think the mode so that it doesn't change pitch, but it should already be time stretched. It's kind of like this weird ambient, really bassy sort of drum and bass thing. Kind of weird. Wouldn't release a track like this probably, but point was to show you how quick and easy it is to make sort of a track. I would keep going with this, but I kind of don't want the tutorial to last too long. But yeah, that was basically the main point of the whole thing. So anyway, guys, if you liked the video, let me know in the comments or whatever. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.